We got to move on to Lisa, the dog trainer. Lisa Sanerski, right?
That's right. Good morning.
Hey, Lisa, how are you?
Doing fabulous. Thanks for having me.
No problem. How long have you been a dog trainer?
Well, professionally, I've been working with dogs for a little over 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Huh?
I've always had a doggy, though.
How'd you get involved in that?
Really, I think from watching my favorite, Cesar Millan.
Mm-hmm.
I've always wanted to work with dogs. It was just really figuring out what I wanted to do with them. And being a vet or, working in shelters was a little sad for me. But watching Cesar Millan really, taught me that I could do more with it and I could become a trainer. And that's what I did.
Who's Cesar Millan? I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry. The Dog Whisperer. If you haven't heard of him, you should look for him. He's awesome. And he's really kind of somebody that I look up to.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So you've been doing this for about 3 years now.
I have. I do a little bit of obedience training. That would be like your sit, stays, your, down.
Brenda does that with me, as a matter of fact.
Yes, it works on husbands, fathers.
It works very well.
I am sitting, yes.
Yes, you are.
Good boy.
Obey. We'll get to that later.
How can we communicate better with our pets, Lisa?
What I want everybody to understand is, of course, our dogs can't talk to us. So it's important to understand, how they are kind of communicating with us. They're looking at our body language. They're looking at our facial expressions. Just like we notice, to each other, those dogs are noticing that too. So all the talking that we do sometimes is going to backfire on us. So we need to maybe tone it down a little bit and look at our dogs and see what they're trying to express to us.
Yeah, I think people today are closer to their dogs. They train them, they treat them like a human being more so than years ago. I think.
Sure.
Is that true?
It is true, and unfortunately, it's not the best way to kind of have a relationship with our pets. We have to understand they are dogs; they're not people. Yeah. So some of those things that we do and baby them is gonna not help us out so much.
Yeah. Well,
I remember growing up. Yeah.
I had a German Shepherd, and when my family was away, it was just me and the dog, and I put the dog at the table so I'd have somebody to eat with. And then
boy!
When the family came home, I was in trouble. Anyway.
I know growing up, we could never bring the dog in the house. My mom would say, no, she's got her dog house, and that's where she stays.
Right.
Yeah.
She was maybe a working dog.
Well, I don't know.
She was just an outdoors girl.
She's an outdoor girl.
What breed is your favorite, and which one is the hardest to train, Lisa?
I always have to give pit bulls a good name. I do love them.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. They have a bad a bad rep out there.
Yeah.
And they're truly great dogs. They just want to please you. And if I could get everybody to understand that it's not the breed, it's just the way that we raise them, just like our kids. You've got to do a good job raising them. And pit bulls are one of my top dogs. They're really my favorite.
Wow.
They are. I want people to understand that. It's any dog, can have issues. It's just a matter of how we treat them.
Before the pit bull, I think the Doberman was taking the hit, right?
Yeah, sure. If you look it up, your German Shepherds had a bad name, your Rotties, Dobermans, they all have had their time in history where, they had a bad name.
And the question is that
go on the mic, Ray. Go on the mic, otherwise people can't hear you.
What a lot of people don't remember is that the most famous pit bull was Petey from the Little Rascals.
Absolutely.
Really?
I didn't know
he was a pit bull.
He had a
circle.
With the little circle around his eye.
That was a real circle. Well, they had a couple of Petey's,
right?
And one did have the circle. The other one they kind of marked it in.
I didn't
marked
know that.
it in.
Thank you.
There was a lot of famous pit bulls in history.
Yeah.
Oh.
What kind of training do you do, Lisa?
I do a little bit of everything. I'm a certified obedience instructor. So again, that's your sits, your recall, getting your dog to come back to you. And all those things are going to be beneficial for your everyday life. Having a dog sit at a doorway, having a dog come to you at the dog park is important. But I also do behavioral stuff. Dogs that have issues, maybe nipping at people or they're uncomfortable with somebody coming into their house. Even walking your dog can be difficult sometimes. I want to help with all that.
Can you train a dog to get a beer for you?
Absolutely.
A glass of wine, you mean?
Yeah, there you go.
And don't spill it on the carpet.
Well, if the dog's not thirsty.
So where do you train? Do you go to the people's, your customers' homes, or they have to come to you? Or?
I really like to train anywhere and everywhere.
Uh-huh.
What I understand is I need to work with people where they're having the issues, where they're needing me the most, whether it's in home, they're having problems with visitors, or like I said, going to the dog park and your dog won't come back to you. Those are big things. Those are things that everybody should understand, and everybody should be able to work with their dogs in those ways, so their dog will listen to them. But it goes back to the communication. We have to understand what they're trying to tell us sometimes.
So your biggest challenge working with dogs is?
The owner.
Why is that?
Boy. Yeah.
Well, the dogs, they can't talk to us. So what I've learned by looking at dogs, it came very easy to me.
Yeah.
I've always worked with people, but I'm still trying to figure out the people part, the owner situation. Everyone is a new situation, and it's my job to figure out how am I going to get this person to learn? How am I going to get them to understand and maybe change their routine or change their ways?
So you're really training the owners, aren't you?
Absolutely.
I know. I was going to say you're more or less right, teaching the owner versus
the
dog.
Tough part.
Right.
It is.
Yeah.
What tips can you give people when training their dogs?
The tips that I always like to give are to keep it short and sweet. Dogs have really short attention spans. So, if you're practicing something with them 3 to 4 or 5 times is going to be the most. You ask them to sit 4 or 5 times in a row. After that, it might go downhill.
You give them a treat? Is that how you do it?
Yeah, you got to find out what your dog loves the most. Some dogs are food motivated, some just like a tennis ball, and some just like our affection. Good dog.
Get a stubborn dog. He's going to gain some weight.
Yes.
Lisa, what would you like all pet owners and people in general to know about dogs?
I really want people to understand that it's up to us as owners, as people, to help the dogs. The number one reason dogs and pets in general go to a shelter or become rehomed is really due to behavioral problems. And that's all goes back to us, to really get these dogs where they need to be and become more stable and to become more happy in our environment. They're really trying to live our lives, They're in our world now, and it's up to us to understand them a little bit better so we can have a better life together.
I've heard of dog trainers. How about cat trainers? You have that?
Yeah,
I have a cat. I still can't figure him out.
Yeah.
They're so docile anyway.
I never heard of cat
goodness.
trainers out there.
No.
No?
Yeah.
All right. And go ahead, Brenda.
No, if you have a mean dog, can you change their disposition or their demeanor?
I really truly believe that most of the problems out there can be helped, can be fixed. The dogs are social creatures, and they just want to be around others. They want to be around other dogs as well. So if your dog isn't social and comfortable, that's something that is unnatural, and that's something that we have to help them with. Wow. So, a true aggressive dog, it's rare. It's something that they might just be nervous or fearful, and it's usually up to us to help that.
Wow.
Certain dogs are smarter than other dogs, better IQ, or how does that work?
There's definitely some smart breeds out there, but I truly just love a mutt.
Really?
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
And why is that?
They're going to be a little bit of everything. You might have a little bit of poodle in there. You might have a little bit of, something else. They're just a mix, and you never know what you're going to get with a mutt, and that's kind of an awesome
Sounds
thing.
like a New York attitude to me. Huh?
Yeah, right?
You have a designation, ABCDT, and what does that stand for?
Yes. An awesome school that I got my certification from,
Cool.
Animal Behavior College. It's actually a really awesome course. It's online, so I was able to work and get my certification all at the same time. Mm-hmm. So if anybody is interested in working with animals, they offer more than just dog training.
Couple items here. How long does it take to train your dog? Average. I know every dog is different, but
yeah, absolutely. They're all different, and it really depends on the situation and what you're trying to do with your dog. But you can see results instantly, really.
Wow.
Just depending on what you're working on.
Do you have to retrain them time to time again? Do you bring them back?
Do they forget?
Yeah.
It's like riding a bicycle. The dogs won't forget. It's the people that will forget.
Oh, that's true.
So it's about our own habits that we have to break sometimes.
And what's the cost of training a dog?
Everything's different again. If you want to really go, into this and really make a difference, packages are something that I offer. But usually for a 30-minute session is $30.
That's it?
Oh, that's not bad.
And
Right.
30 minutes to an hour is going to be tops. That's as far as you really want to take a lesson.
They say you can't train an old dog new tricks. Is that true?
No, that is definitely incorrect.
Oh, we got calls.
Already, right?
All right, you guys talk.
What-
We need phone numbers here.
oh, yeah, and your phone number.
Yes,
again, Lisa.
please.
Actually-
I would love for people to get in touch with me. My number is 772-538-5745.
Hold on.
Once again, 772.
Yep, it's 772-538-5745.
And it's Lisa, the dog trainer, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. We got Brian Hartman on the line. You know Brian Hartman, right?
Oh,
I do.
that's
You know
right.
Brian?
Hey,
Yeah.
Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Not.
Hey, Brian.
Hello.
What's up, buddy?
He's
Brian.
always got such good things
Can
to
you hear
say.
us? Brian?
I can hear you. Good morning. How's everybody doing?
Oh, we're
Doing
having
well.
a party here without you.
Oh, man.
I know you're on the wrong side of the phone today.
Absolutely.
Hey, Brian, what's going on out there? You had a nice Christmas, huh?
Yeah, we had a blast. It's always fun during holiday time, and especially with kids, to watch them rip open the presents makes it all worthwhile.
Brian is with Harbor Community Bank here in Vero Beach, and we thank you for being with us, Brian. Any plans for New Year's?
Keeping it quiet this year. I
Uh-huh.
think we're going to play it safe.
And I see you had your lovely daughter up there, family in
Orlando.
Orlando, right?
Right.
Mm.
Mickey Mouse.
We did the Disney tour.
How did that go?
Well, it was the week before the winter break, so the lines were short, and we got to do a lot more than if we went this week.
Cool.
That's for sure.
Any words of wisdom you have for us this morning?
I do. There was actually two that came to mind this morning.
Okay. That sounds good. Let's do both of them.
The first one is don't let negative and toxic people rent space in your head. Raise the rent and kick them out.
Amen.
Hey, that's a good one. I like that.
And then the other one kind of goes hand in hand with it. Don't let someone who gave up on their dreams talk you out of yours.
Oh,
Awesome.
I like
Very
that
Very
one.
I like
nice,
that.
Brian.
I do too.
Well, thank you very much, Brian. We appreciate the phone call. Anything else you'd like to add today?
Just don't let the toxic people into your life. The more positive stuff you put in, the less time for more negative to get in there.
Thank you for your words of wisdom. Very, very smart. Thank you
My
so
pleasure.
much. All
Thank
right.
you,
For
Brian.
having me.
Have a great
You guys
day.
All right.
Have a happy New Year, you guys.
Happy
too.
New Year to you, too. It's Brian right there. Brian Hartman.
Thanks, Brian.
Yep, with Harbor Community Bank. And
He's an awesome.
all right, Lisa, anything else you'd like to get across? Do we cover everything pretty much? Or
Well, besides dog training, I'm also a pet sitter. So, if anybody out there is going away for the holidays or just needs, a little playtime or dog walks during the day, I offer a little bit of everything.
there you go, Ray.
Hey, Ray.
You got a
Ray's
monthly
puppy.
rate?
Hey, Ray.
Ray has a puppy. He doesn't know what to do with.
Yeah.
How old is your puppy?
About 6 years.
Oh, a 6-year-old puppy.
6-year-old
Very
puppy.
good.
Red nose.
Yes, he has a red-nosed pit bull, one of the best.
Just like his owner.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
Just
Ray.
kidding, Ray.
See, you go away for a day, Ray, and you come back and you just get nothing but abuse.
All right, Lisa, what's your phone number again?
Guys, you can reach me at 772-538-5745.
All right, let's do the weather, and then we'll take a break, and we'll be right back. And we got Cold Front Curtis right here. Okay, Kyle.
All right, good morning, Central Florida. I'm Kyle Curtis with your 3-day forecast. Today, chance of showers, possibly a thunderstorm, with a high near 82 degrees. Windy tonight, showers likely all the way through New Year's Day, possibly a thunderstorm. Scattered showers with a low around 62 degrees. Monday, chance of showers as well, mostly cloudy with a high near 78. Monday night, showers continue, low around 65 degrees. New Year's Eve, showers continue with a high near 73, low of 63. And New Year's Day, showers with a high of 75 degrees. Angelo and Brenda, back to you.